My name is Steven Erfin, and I'm a first-time home buyer in Seattle. We were looking for a house in the Seattle area, and we wanted to stay on the west side. And we were also looking for an investment property for my parents. And I met Ravi and Ash. So I worked with Ravi at Microsoft, and we were both programmers, but he wanted to move out of Microsoft and pursue his passion in real estate. So when he became an agent, we kept in contact, and I referred one of my best friends to Ravi, and he had a really good experience with Ravi and Ash. And I was like, okay, you know what? Like, that's great. Whenever I meet any other friends that would like to have are looking for a property, then I'll refer them to Ravi and Ash. And then I found out, I was like, wait, I kind of want to get a property myself as well. So Ravi and Ash were the first people I called. And at that time, I was not educated with the home buying process at all. I have a business in the real estate industry, but like the actual home buying process was pretty unknown. And I've never bought a house before. This is my first time. And Ravi and Ash really helped me learn about the process. And I remember they did like a short introductory session, which allowed me to learn about what the whole journey would be like. And during every stage of the journey, they went into more detail and really walked me through a lot of the process, which is really helpful for me, because that keeps me on the same terms and kind of understand what is going on while all these things are happening. And when we finally found a house that we liked and we put an offer down, Ravi and Ash, they were great negotiators. We put an offer down, and the contract stated that there was no washer and dryer. And Ravi fought, and he called a lot of people, and negotiated his heart out, and he ended up winning us even though it wasn't explicitly stated in the contract. That the builders would purchase us a washer and dryer, which helped us save about 2.5K, which is awesome, Also, Ravi also really pushed for an inspection. And even though we had a new construction, and my parents were a little not hesitant, but they were questioning, oh, it's a new construction, do we need to have an inspection? But Ravi said, yes, we should have an inspection. And the inspector actually caught a lot of things. And Ravi and Ash, they made sure as a team to fix all of the issues that were present in the house. So I'm very glad that I listened to Ravi's great advice to have an inspection of our new construction home. They were extremely responsive. We had a WhatsApp group, and that allowed us to have a space to discuss between me, Nicole, my parents, and Ravi and Ash. And we were just, during the home buying process, when we were trying to find the home, we were bouncing off ideas. It's like, hey, what about this house? Oh, this doesn't meet our needs. What about this house? And when we found something and we locked it in, the whole process, that's just finding a house and putting an offer down. That's not where the journey really stops. There's a whole inspection process and negotiating still. And Ravi and Ash really pulled through during that time. And anytime we had questions, we would hear a response from them really by the next hour, and we didn't have to wait at all, so that was really great. For anyone trying to find a home in Seattle, I would say definitely go with Ravi and Ash, especially if you're a first-time home buyer. They really help educate you about the whole process, and that's one of the best parts. And they also walk you through with everything and make sure that, this is probably going to be one of the biggest purchases of your life, and you want to do it correctly. And Ravi and Ash, their advice, their experience in real estate is really, really great. So I would rate them 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10, perfect service. It was really awesome. And I'm really glad that I chose Ravi and Ash to help us with this purchase of the home.